At the birthday bash, a gal pal I'd never seen before breezed in. She draped herself over my husband's neck while she posted a clip. "I'm here now, crashing his wife's party. Don't worry. If Nathan dares to slack on hospitality, I'll tattle on him. Tie-hi. After all, I'm his sister in brotherhood." My chopsticks hit the carpet. Every eye in the room pinned itself on me. The gal pal arched a brow. "My husband doesn't mind Nathan and I joking around. You're not about to make a scene, are you?" Inside the private dining suite, the air solidified. I instinctively looked at Nathan. He was smiling, tugging Leia's ponytail. "It's my wife's birthday today. Behave." The woman's grin widened. "Sure, I came for you, so of course I'll give you face." A server set a fresh place setting in front of me. Someone tried to smooth things over. "Rory, the sister in brotherhood's always been casual. You'll get used to it. She means no harm." Leia stared at me. "Are you really that petty?" She deliberately stepped away from Nathan. "Then I'd better keep my distance, or when he gets home, you'll kick up an endless fuss. That's why I don't hang out with women. They're all so dramatic." The room's mood turned brittle. The friend beside her shot her a look and muttered, "Sister in brotherhood. It's Rory's birthday." Her gaze slid back to me. "Oh, I brought a present." She fetched a shopping bag by the door and pulled out a long leather box. "Wait for it." A dazzling his and hers timepiece, the men's edition. A few guess who went on cue. Nathan chuckled. "You're showing up as gift enough. No need to splurge." Leia lifted her arm. Her sleeve slipped. The matching women's watch flashed under the lights. "The craftsmanship on this set is insane. You're lucky I brought one for you, buddy." Someone sneaked a glance at me. I rose. Nathan frowned. "Where are you going?" I smiled. "To book a room for you two. What if you can't wait and start going at it right here?" "Two." Leia gasped. She shrieked inside the suite that I smiled. I said don't invite chicks, but no. Had to throw some lame birthday thing. Who even cares about birthday cake? Way to kill the vibe. Nathan bolted after me the instant I stepped out. "Rory, you're mad." His voice was urgent. "It's just a watch. Proves nothing. Leia's the sister in brotherhood. Her husband knows our dynamic. Why say something like, book a room?" That crossed the line. I stared at him. "So the real point of tonight's party was to welcome your little sister in brotherhood back to town." Nathan looked away, uncomfortable. "Don't be so literal. Welcome home, birthday, whatever. As long as everyone's happy." My expression must have shifted too sharply. He caught my arm and rare for him added, "Layla's been in our circle forever. If anything were going to happen, it would have happened long before you and I got together." I laughed furious. "Sorry for obstructing your happily ever after." Nathan's face cycled through several colors. His tone turned sharp. "That's not what I meant. I'm trying to explain. Do you have to blow it out of proportion?" I walked off. Blow it out of proportion. Not worth it. When something's rotten, you toss it. 3. Nathan came home at 4 a.m. flushed from booze. The new watch gleamed on his left wrist. Half a birthday cake sat cockeyed on the table, icing sagging, reeking of alcohol. He said, "Wife, don't be mad. I brought the cake back for you. I didn't let anyone touch it." My gaze drifted to it. He scratched his head, sheepish. At the end, Leia said she hadn't had Riverdale cake in ages, so she took a slice, but she used a server, never touched it. Totally clean. It was too late. Every bakery was closed. I couldn't get a new one. "Still, Rory, I ordered this cake for you half a month ago. Super thoughtful, right?" He swayed on his feet. Then he produced a velvet box. "Wife, look. Jade bracelet I pre-ordered. The one you tried on last time. You like it?" He offered it like treasure, studying my face. After a beat he ventured, "Wife, Leia just got back and feels weird staying with her parents. Could she crash here a few days?" She swore she wouldn't be any trouble. He tried to clasp the bracelet on me. I pulled my hand back, calm. "If you like the idea, let her move in. I'll move out." Nathan's face darkened. "You'd walk out over something this petty?" "Not walking out." And the suggestion was sincere, for he sulked off to the guest room. I locked the bedroom door behind me, centered myself and slept a full dreamless sleep. When I reached for my phone, it was already noon. Before I stepped out, I smelled food drifting from the living room. Nathan stood at the stove in an apron plating dishes. Wife, you're up. Go wash. Lunch is ready. I glanced at the spread. Mostly sweet. Nothing I ever choose. Message received. As soon as Leia arrives, I'll call movers. He blocked me. No, she's not coming. He exhaled surrender on his face. I was wasted last night. Wife, I know I crossed the line. Today it's just us, no one else. Don't be angry. I went into the bathroom without a word. Warm water hit my face. Thoughts sorted themselves. Nathan and I had been married a year. Even if he didn't know every preference, he'd noticed I rarely touched sweets, so the meal wasn't for me. After brushing, I changed clothes. He followed. Wife, where are you going? You haven't eaten. As the door shut, I saw his face go black. I was reviewing a junior shooting schedule when my phone buzzed. New friend request shared via contact card. A heavy filter selfie for an avatar. Leia. I didn't have a single number for Nathan's childhood crew, so the share could only have come from him. She added me but stayed silent. Her Instagram refreshed fast. A table loaded with sweet dishes. In the kitchen, a man in a candy pink apron worked the wok, face cropped, but the wrist flashing a men's watch caught the light. In the live clip, Leia laughed. Why cook so much? I can't finish it. The man's voice responded. I taste tested everything. It's perfect. Of course, I'm making it for you. I closed the phone without reacting and returned to the new script offer in my inbox. Urban romance location shoot overseas. Tight schedule. I tapped the pages. In that case, money first. My passport. I'd left it at Sterling last time. I left Vance and headed straight there. Top floor. The receptionist, who usually smiled, turned white. Your CEO isn't in. He is. Nathan had once handed me a key to his office saying, Rory, I have 0 secrets from you. Drop by any time. I pushed the door wide. A breeze brushed my face. Nathan's color drained. Rory, what are you doing here? His shirt was wrinkled, a faint flush on his cheeks. I walked closer. He sat rigid, never rising. Under the desk, excited breathing fluttered. I came for my passport. Nathan froze. He always kept my things locked in a drawer. To open it, he'd have to roll his chair back. He rasped. Why the rush? I'll bring it home later. I advanced slowly. His heartbeat thudded in the quiet. Suddenly, the chair was shoved aside. Leia crawled out, annoyed. Oh, quit hiding. Nothing happened between us. Nathan's face went paper white. Rory, nothing happened with Leia. I only asked her to hide because I was afraid you'd misunderstand when you walked in. Leia brushed at her skirt, eyes on me, red lips curving. Sure, Nathan and I haven't done a single thing. She folded her arms, boneless, and lounged against Nathan's desk, indescribably sultry. Nathan shot her a warning look. Then he tugged at me, anxious. Wife. Before Zane left the country, he made me promise to look after Ela. Calmly, I pulled open his drawer and took out my passport. Leia tracked my movement from head to toe. Nathan tells me you eat off the entertainment industry. People in that bowl of soup, the circle's a mess, right? When you and Nathan got married, I didn't even know, but the girl Nathan marries has to be sparkling clean. You're taking your passport, going somewhere. Just wondering on that tea. R.I.P. Will there be plenty of men? I stared into her eyes word by word. And what the hell are you? 7. I smiled. Yesterday you gave me a gift. Let me return the favor. In the parking garage, I handed her the pocket mirror I'd been given in a flyer. Playing the sister and brotherhood mother for a day act. Take a look. Think you measure up? Ela's face snapped. Nathan sprang up. Another minute and it would be a full-on catfight. My time was short. I wouldn't waste it. I turned to leave, but Nathan caught up. What do you need the passport for? Where are you going? By the door, the receptionist quickly looked away. My tone stayed level. Business trip. Heading to the sleazy circle your gal pal mentioned. Nathan choked. Leia speaks her mind. You know that high society always assumes that world's filthy. The anger I'd leashed for ages flared sky high. I drew a slow breath. Kindly clean. Back off. Nathan's face twisted. That's not what I meant. Leia meant no harm. She's blunt, used to hanging with the guys. Translation. Because I'm a woman, I'm automatically the small-minded one compared with precious Leia. He pressed his lips. Leia's not mine. Rory, don't split hairs. The elevator dinged. I looked away. Whatever. A wind had picked up outside the tower. I went home, packed the essentials, and by the time I walked out, a thin drizzle was falling. Junior was waiting at the airport. She spotted me and hurried over, shocked. Rory, that's a lot of luggage. Your husband's not seeing you off. After security, I slid on my sunglasses. My husband's busy babysitting his gal pal. Junior shut right up. My phone rang with a remote home alert. Stranger has opened your front door. The smart home cam showed a woman's hands braced on the couch, half reclining in a pose inviting. She lifted one leg, admiring the monogram slippers on her feet. If I were Rory's slippers, will she flip when she's back? Nathan hesitated. I'll buy you a new pair later. She pouted and drew her leg back, but I like her style. I'm not staying long. Buying new ones is such a drag. The call was on speaker. Junior leaned over from the next seat. Home security feed. The woman's not your husband, right? I flipped the phone face down. Junior clicked her tongue. They're playing hardcore. When the boarding call sounded, Nathan rang. His voice was hoarse. Wife, where's your silk pajama set? Then he rushed to add, I'll ask the housekeeper to wash them for you. At that moment, my client beside me said, Rory, we're boarding in a minute. Nathan froze on the line. His voice spiked. A man. Rory, you're flying abroad with a male junior. A woman's coquettish murmur drifted over. Told you your wife's circle is a cesspool. Nathan's tone caught fire. We agreed. Work is work and you'd favor female juniors. Rory, are you at the airport? Turn around now and maybe I'll let this slide. I laughed out loud. Go back now and leave your gal pal in the lurch without my pajamas to cosplay in. The call cut dead. Leia squeaked. There are cameras in your house. Where? 9. I powered off. Zero interest in watching their pajama play. Abroad. The wind whipped grit the moment we landed. Missed call alerts popped in waves. Notification chimes wouldn't stop. Powered off. Where did you go? You're on that plane, aren't you, Rory? What am I to you? Did you even think how I'd feel? I didn't answer. I found the driver waiting. The man in the trench coat walked up slowly. Rory, you actually came. Familiar. Very. Yela's husband, Zane. He took my suitcase and kept a polite foot of space. They said your junior was coming, but I figured Nathan wouldn't let you travel. Guess fate had other plans. He smiled faintly. I went quiet, mood tangled. Leia had said Zane didn't mind her closeness with Nathan. He looked so measured. Did he truly not care? After the first scene wrapped, my door knocked. Zane carried the script. Your junior says this bit borders on inappropriate. Your Vance has strict limits, so I came to check. Is it too much? He hesitated. May I come in? I stepped aside. He nodded but deliberately left the door ajar. He smiled. Don't want rumors about you. Coincidence or not, the scene showed a star and a close opposite-sex friend in ambiguous contact. I flipped pages. Director Zane. What's your take on intimacy like this? Zane frowned. If there's real affair energy, the ratings board will bulk, but the writers say the tension is meant to be a misunderstanding. He paused, eyes narrowing at me. I exhaled. I have a clip. Maybe it'll give you fresh insight on the scene. His brows drew tight. The next second, the slipper ant stockings footage filled his phone. Zane's face darkened. The room's atmosphere plunged. I asked, Director Zane, how's the scene now? His lips pressed. Sorry for dragging you into this. A clip rocketed up the trending tab back home. Married director Z caught entering a female colleague's room at midnight. Suspected staying till dawn. They slapped a flimsy bar across Zane's face. My back was to the lens. Honestly, the gossip didn't touch me. I'm not talent. Worst fallout. The show might lose a few dollars. I closed the video call. The phone rang again. Nathan's furious demand. Who is that? Rory, the woman is you, right? I let you go abroad and you cuckolded me. In the background, a woman's broken sob. Zane, where are you? You said it was a work trip, yet you're overseas flirting with some woman. I smiled thinly. Nathan, you and Leia are perfect. King and queen of double standards. He went speechless a beat. Then came the explosion. I moved the phone away. Save the rage. When I'm back, I'll file for divorce. He phoned nonstop. I blocked him. A knock. Zane stood drained at my door. Rory, sorry. Brought you trouble. I couldn't see what trouble he'd caused me personally. The next day on set he spelled it out. They were shooting scene 2. Lucky us. The flirtatious bit. Zane's gaze wandered. I was 22 when I got with Yayla. Odd thing. The whole group was drinking but I woke with Leia beside me. He paused. Bruises everywhere. We'd all stayed at the same hotel. Leia screamed and moments later, people kicked the door in. Something flickered across his eyes. Zane lit a cigarette. But I swear I don't remember laying a finger on her. I stared lost for words. He went on. Everyone in the circle claimed I'd wandered into the wrong room. I stayed silent. Too bizarre to untangle. I hadn't even met Nathan then. I had no facts to weigh. Smoke curled. Zane gave a rueful smile. The day Nathan married, I thought maybe life wasn't supposed to be this. If not for that night, I might have married someone like he froze. The second half of the sentence never left his lips. He stepped out the cigarette, gave an apologetic smile. Sorry. Before he could finish, a dark blur barreled out of nowhere and slammed a fist into his face. The camera toppled with a crash. Crew members shrieked, rushing over. Nathan grabbed him by the collar, roaring, I treated you like a brother, and you banged my wife on a business trip. Zane, I'll kill you. He swung again. Staff swarmed in, but no one could pry the enraged man away. Zane finally found an opening. The two men crashed together in a brawl. Took forever to separate them. Nathan's eyes were bloodshot. Rory, come home with me. Zane dabbed the cut at his mouth. Someone call the cops, please. Nathan spun back livid. You dare call the police? I stepped past the crew so angry I laughed. Smashed equipment assault under any country's laws. Sterling, you're paying. Nathan gaped. Rory, you're siding with him. I tipped my chin to my assistant. Itemize the damage. Send the bill to Sterling. Sensing the shift, Nathan softened. Rory, let's go home. Total equipment loss. 1.4 million. He seemed to cool down. Eyes on Zane, he said, still in High City waiting for you to pick her up. Zane lit a cigarette, smile crooked. You two done now? Why? Oh, you want me to fetch her? Nathan blinked, looked away, flustered. Stop the crap. Leia asked me to tell you. He turned to me. Third time's the charm. Rory, pack up and come home. I lifted my gaze. Already packed. Relief flickered across his face. I knew you wouldn't do anything rash. From now on, leave managing juniors to someone else. I cut in. When we're back, we file for divorce. No suitcase required. Nathan went rigid. Word by word. After all, that stuff's been used by your sister and brotherhood. Filthy. His face drained white. 13. I couldn't let the brawl tank the studio's reputation. My bread and butter. Between shoots, I hired appraisers back home to value our marital assets. Short marriage, modest haul. The report landed quickly. I printed the agreement and couriered it over. Nathan's voice was still about wife. Nothing happened. I only looked after her for Zane's sake. Can't we? No. Quiet. Final. He stared, chest heaving. Fine. Bringing her home crossed a line. But you and Zane, let's call it even, Rory. Zane and I aren't the same. Whoever covertly filmed us, Zane's door had stayed wide open. Hallway cams proved it. I marched him to the Grand, flashed ID, and secured the footage. Nathan's complexion cycled through every shade of dread. Rory, I know you're not that kind. Mim, trouble is, I didn't know what kind you were. He blinked, bewildered. I smiled thinly. Guess she never realized. The smart home cam covers the study too, not just the living room. The last of his color vanished. I spun on my heel. Sign or don't. Back home we go to court. He dogged my steps. Wife, it wasn't like that. We cooked. We drank too much. I stopped and looked at him. Nathan's face was ash. Finally the air left his lungs. Rory, I screwed up. It was spite. But I love you. Only you. His eyes were begging. I answered softly. Or maybe you loved my lingerie more. He refused to sign the divorce papers. I finished the shoot, flew in other managers to wrap, and booked my ticket home. Divorce first. Delays cost. Nathan haunted me, saying everyday flowers, catered meals, grand gestures were annoying and vulgar. Only in my old premarital flat did I scroll Instagram. Leia had been busy home wrecking. Zayn, open your damn eyes, I thought, interspersed with melancholy quotes over drunken selfies. Tables full of Nathan's childhood crew. Filth. I handed off the next project, then unblocked Nathan's number, and shot him screen grabs of the highlights. Asset split. Add another 20%. Objections. Typing dots popped instantly. Yuri back. Why not come home, wife? I'll cut Leia off forever. No divorce, please. From now on your birthday's just us two. Okay. I crushed the fantasy. Not happening. I won't spend another birthday with you. The dots pulsed for minutes then vanished. I texted. Agreement arrives by courier tomorrow. Sign and schedule city. His call came. Long silence thick with tears. Rory, I never thought we'd divorce. Yet here we are. I enunciated every syllable. You wanted your cake and your sister and brotherhood too. Mute on the other end. Wrap it up quick. I'll sell my sterling shares to you at market. Still silence. Final ultimatum. 3 days. Nathan, sign or I sue. His voice cracked. You're that desperate to be rid of me? Yes. You sicken me. He signed unshaven, hollow-eyed, clutching the 30-day cooling-off slip. He rasped. It started as her welcome home dinner. And then he sank into Hila's open arms again and again. No need to spell it out. He'd always thought the guy gets a free ride. What's the harm? I walked away. 30 days. Be there. Back in High City I met Zane's flight. 2 assistants. 4 of us in 1 SUV. He rode shotgun. I took the rear. I grinned. Director Archer honors us with his presence. Dinner's on me. 2 of my juniors are crossing into film. Your notes would be gold. Zane needed his temples. Sure. Subtext hung in the air. I let it drop. He continued languidly, came back to fetch me to speed up the divorce. I kept quiet. I hadn't sent him the mosaic-worthy clip. Now he wanted out. My gaze drifted to the window. Silence thick between us. At dinner Zane's mood stayed low. My juniors kept toasting. Cringe level high. An assistant poured more red. I smiled. Director Zane, I have a little gift. Might help. He glanced up surprised. The new video delivered. He studied my face then gave a dry laugh. Pushing an actor. You don't have to. Glasses clinked around us. Thought it might solve your current headache. His headache. Common knowledge. Leia refused divorce, blasting online that Zane cheated and ditched her. Infidelity in this town can die quietly or explode. Hers detonated, bought armies fanning flames crucifying him. Whisper said Zane was marriage trapped. Details classified. Leia asked to meet. Eyes red. She glared. Did you sleep with Zane? I paused, stirring my coffee. Thought you wanted me gone from Nathan's life. She bit her lip. That's your own husband. What's it got to do with me? Then she demanded. How far have you and Zane gone? I answered unhurriedly. About as far as you and Nathan. What? She shot to her feet. Rory, have you no shame? Zane has a wife. Do you even know that? I looked at her in silence. She sat back down, eyes rimmed red. Nathan and I are different from you two. We were already long before you even got married. Her voice broke off. She glared at me hatefully. I won't let you off. The coffee was cloyingly sweet. I frowned. But I thought you and Nathan were just friends. What? Leia froze for a second. I didn't mind lying to disgust her, but smearing myself was hardly necessary. Suddenly she gave a nasty smile, raking her gaze over me. So you didn't get him. I knew my Zane has taste. I cut her off. If he really had taste, he wouldn't be mixed up with someone like you. Her face twisted. What do you mean? I paid for my coffee alone. Meeting you was a waste of time. Leia ran out after me and shouted. Zane's heart has only ever had room for me. Next day, Vance was blasted onto the trending tab. Leia told the press that her husband had never cheated. The rumors had to be a PR stunt by a certain studio hungry for eyeballs. She never named names, but it took netizens no time to dig from the film set to the brawl between Zane and Nathan. So the married schemer cooked this up for hype. Or maybe she tried to sleep her way up and got rejected. Shameless. She rides the wave while the director takes the flak. Boycott this studio. Boycott. My juniors were doxxed one by one. Zayn's follower count, on the other hand, rocketed. Everyone praised director Zayn for having a virtuous wife. Zayn called me at once. Together we issued a candid clarifying it wasn't hype. Someone had leaked candids to spin the narrative. The internet wasn't buying it. Then out of nowhere, someone hacked my home security system. Within hours, Nathan and Leia's sister and brotherhood clips flooded the web. Zero AI traces. Public opinion flipped overnight. Leia was met with a full-scale cancel campaign. Some sober netizens even DM'd Advance's official account. Sorry, I was an idiot. 20 Vans treated the local staff to a team-building day to steady everyone's nerves. To my surprise, outside the Grand, I saw Leia drunk, slumped on the pavement, mascara strewn in hand. I was only trying to help you. Just didn't do it well. No divorce, Zayn. I won't divorce you. I can't live without you. Whatever the voice on the other end said drained the color from her intoxicated face. No, I never said you let me see other people. Archer, believe me, I behaved myself out here. How can you say that? That night you walked into the wrong room. I didn't plan it. I walked past her. Perks bought with lies always get repaid once the truth comes out. 21 Vance's name was cleared. Everyone relaxed and drank a little too much. When I got home, someone was waiting downstairs, night frost clinging to his coat. You're back late. I stopped several yards away. What do you want? Nathan looked haggard. I heard about the online pylon you went through. I came to see if you're all right. I didn't get it. He kept quiet while I was being slaughtered on the internet. Now that it was over, what face was he trying to show? That footage hadn't even been released by him. His expression softened. Rory, you see, life without me isn't so great after all. He closed the distance quickly. Come home. The cooling off period isn't over. Let's not divorce. From now on, I'll handle everything for you. I frowned. Since no one's doxed you, you've got time on your hands. He froze. I just want you back in the family, Rory. I'm begging you. I stepped back. From the shrubbery came the crunch of patrol boots. I yelled, "Help, pervert!" Nathan's face blanched. Security arrived in seconds and pinned him to the ground. I put on a frightened voice. I'm a resident. How did someone without a key card get in? I'm calling the police. 22. When I woke, the owners group was buzzing about Nathan stewing until midnight, fuming and pressuring the property conglomerate. I simply moved to a newly finished complex, instant peace. Vance was back on track and another junior's new drama started shooting. Days passed uneventfully. I figured Zayn had played a vicious card because Leia suddenly went quiet as a quail and obediently signed the divorce papers. Word was Zayn had unearthed old Grand security footage that nailed her premeditation to the wall. Tiske. What goes around finally came around. That woman can bend with the wind. The moment the ink dried, she pivoted to Nathan. I get it. An egoist like her would never walk away empty-handed. If she couldn't keep Zayn, Nathan was a decent second prize. Yet Nathan seemed to have swallowed iron weights. He refused to see her. Maybe still haunted by my 911 call or scared Zayn would settle scores later. Whatever it was, he dodged her like the plague. Leia. Oh, of course, isn't vegetarian. After a few rejections, she exploded online. Sterling CO beds sister and brotherhood, then dumps her. Tycoon playboy, heartless and cheap. She seasoned the stories lavishly, painting Nathan as a womanizing wolf in bespoke wool. This time though, Nathan's crisis PR was on point. They drowned the dirt and flung back a pail of sludge, branding her a gold-digging schemer. Netizens picked sides. Some pitted Leia as the dumped trophy. Others said she deserved the wreckage. Either way, Nathan finally stopped haunting me. The 30-day cooling-off period ended. Nathan and I walked into the city divorce window. He said nothing this time. When the clerk stamped the papers, the boulder in my chest rolled away. Outside, I inhaled deeply. I felt pounds lighter. Nathan. I turned. From now on, you can eat all the dumplings you want. His face went white. His lips twitched, but no words came. I spotted Leia waiting for him. I walked over and thanked her specially. I couldn't have gotten this certificate so smoothly without you. Her eyes were bloodshot, fists clenched. I smiled, floored the gas, and sped out of the circus. Later, Zane told me he'd also collected his divorce decree. Leah really latched onto Nathan. If any female comes within 5 meters of him, she lunges and claws. Even female employees aren't spared. No woman can survive inside a 1-kilometer radius. Nathan is exhausted but can't shake the dear sister and brotherhood he once pined for. When I heard all this, my junior's new show had already blown up again. Zane extended his hand to me, a warm smile in place. President Vance, looking forward to our partnership.